Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back. So this week we're getting a brand new film in the Jurassic Park / World series, Jurassic World Rebirth. My only regret is that I am not going to be able to see this movie opening day, but still I'm beyond excited for this movie. I am avoiding spoilers like the plague. Me and my wife are huge fans of the Jurassic Park franchise and just huge fans of dinosaurs in general. I've played the games, I've read the books. Me and my wife even got a chance to go check out this really cool Jurassic Park store at Universal Studios during Halloween Horror Nights. So until I can see Jurassic World Rebirth and get my review out, I thought it'd be fun to do a ranking video of all the films in this series so far. And then at some point, I'll release another updated ranking to include Jurassic World Rebirth. Now, before I get started, guys, this is just my ranking of how I enjoyed these movies. I'm not saying that my ranking is the best way, the only way, or the right way to rank these films. Again, this is just my opinion. And on that note, I'm not even saying that any of these films in this franchise are terrible, because I'm not. I don't think they are. But there are some that I definitely enjoyed over the others. Regardless though, I would like to know how you guys would rank these films, so be sure to post your rankings of this series down in the comments below. Alright guys, with that said, let's get started. Hold on to your butts. Coming in last place for me is Jurassic World Dominion. Now again, I'm not saying that this is outright a terrible movie, because personally I don't think it is. But out of all the films in this series, this is the one that I definitely enjoyed the least. It was great to be able to see the original cast from the original films return, but let's be honest here, that's what the studios were banking on to fill the seats in the theater. Now, my biggest issue with this movie is that this is the only film in the series that just doesn't feel like a Jurassic Park or Jurassic World movie. Jurassic World Dominion is riddled with subplots of kidnapping, a large, evil, corrupt corporation releasing an outbreak of locusts into the world to try to influence the food market, and some of the cast trying to prevent this from happening. And oh yeah, we forgot there's dinosaurs in this movie. That's just what it felt like to me. The last movie set this up to show how the world is adapting to human and dinosaurs coexisting, but it just didn't deliver on that front. And it also felt a little too repetitive when it comes to the concept of revealing a massive new dinosaur and to feature a familiar team up with either the humans or other dinosaurs to team up to take down this larger dinosaur. I will say though, I did appreciate how they used a dinosaur that actually existed, like the Giganotosaurus, and not just some made up, genetically modified Frankenstein monster of a dinosaur. Again, guys, I don't hate this movie, and there were parts that I did enjoy, but sadly for me, this one comes in last place. Coming in fifth place is Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Now, I know that some of you may disagree with me on this, and that's totally fine. I understand your disagreement, trust me. But I just enjoyed this film more than Dominion because I thought it had a decent start to the film, and I did like the approach that they took with the island facing destruction from a volcano, and they have to rescue Blue the raptor, and then it turns into this whole thing about dinosaurs being carried off the island and being auctioned off to criminals on the black market. I just felt at first that was a unique way to bring in the concept of dinosaurs being released into the whole world. And I did enjoy the scenes with the dinosaurs, and the fight choreography was done pretty well. But I will say overall, the result in the end was just disappointing. The last half hour or so of this movie was just pretty weak. The idea of the main cast having to survive in a giant mansion all Scooby-Doo style wasn't intriguing. The dinosaur auction I thought was a unique touch again, but I just overall didn't care for how the dinosaurs were released into the world. Maisie just felt connected to them because at the time she believed she was a clone as well. Now, again, I understand why they did that, and truth be told, I probably, like them, would have been both conflicted and tempted to do the same thing by releasing the dinosaurs because they were about to be killed by a poison gas. But again, these are dangerous animals that can cause a lot of death and chaos. But at the same time, they are also animals, so I definitely understand the conflict. That whole part I would have appreciated more if they released the dinosaurs because they believed it was more humane, or maybe even to keep them out of the control of the criminals, as it would be more or less the lesser of two evils. And I also wish the film would have spent more time with the dinosaurs among the world. I know that they were just meant to introduce that concept, but I just wish that there was just less dinosaur mansion and more surviving dinosaurs that are now part of real world civilization. Coming up next is Jurassic Park 3. Now, I actually really do enjoy this movie, but I will admit that this movie just doesn't carry the same Jurassic Park magic that the first two films do. Also, to me, this film just feels rushed in that it was made just because. It didn't feel like it had more to offer to the stories from the first two films, and that it was just a cash grab. Now, don't get me wrong, the scenes with the dinosaurs were done pretty well, especially with the raptors and the Spinosaurus, and I even enjoyed the scenes with the pteranodons. Now, was the dinosaur action as great as the first two films? No, but I still enjoyed it. But the human characters to me just felt bland, and they just kept making stupid decisions. And I felt like there were moments where I thought even Alan Grant didn't make the smartest of decisions, but that's a video for another time. Coming in third place is Jurassic World. I remember all the hype when this movie came out, and while it wasn't what I was expecting, I thought it was a lot of fun. And out of all of the Jurassic World movies, I think this is the one that is the most cinematic so far. But we'll see after Rebirth is released. And despite not having any of the original cast and going in a new direction with the story, I really enjoyed it. And I like that we finally got to see, or at least got a good idea of what it would have been like if Jurassic Park actually did open to the public. Now, while I thought the design of the Indominus Rex was cool, I did feel like it was a little too over the top when it came to the approach. Like with the whole tricking the staff into thinking it escaped its enclosure. I thought that was a little much. And also the whole idea that it remembered the tracking device in its neck and it just clawed it out. Like, how would it even have known what that thing was? It felt more like someone took the brain of a serial killer and put it in the skull of a dinosaur. But despite all that, I did love the final scene with the fight between the T-Rex, the Raptor, and the Indominus. Now, as a whole, was the movie flawed? Yes, but still very enjoyable, and it was a lot of fun. Coming in second place is The Lost World: Jurassic Park. While it didn't carry the same amount of energy as the first one did, I still heavily enjoy this one. And I still feel the urge to rewatch it every time I watch the first one. Again, it wasn't as good as the first one, but in its own way, it was great. Jeff Goldblum was great as always, returning as Ian Malcolm, and I honestly just kind of felt terrible for his character. He constantly tries to do the right thing and warn everybody about the island, and just no one listens to him, and even to the point where it damaged his career and his reputation, and he ends up being right in the end. Now, I will also say that this one was a little darker than the first one, as since there are more people on this island, there's much more dinosaur deaths, and on that note, those deaths got pretty gruesome. I mean, people being ripped in half or torn apart. Now, this may be a hot take, but I honestly think that this film would have been fine without the whole T-Rex loose in California. Maybe add about 20 to 30 extra minutes of scenes on the island. I think it would have been great, but I also think the film is fine with the scenes in California. And out of all the sequels, this one I feel is definitely the best. But of course, that leaves us with, no surprise to anyone, my top favorite in the series. And that is, of course, the original Jurassic Park film that started it all, that brought us to where we are today. The movie that would bring us all of these sequels, video games, theme park attractions, comics, toys, you name it. All of it from this gem of a film. Now, this movie just hit all of the right notes. It has all the right ingredients with a great cast, a great story, and an iconic score, and wonderful cinematography. Me and my wife have a list of films that we make a point to watch every year, and this is definitely top on that list. I have a lot of nostalgia for this movie, and my kids who are starting to like dinosaurs, I can't wait for them to be old enough so I can share this movie with them. It's an iconic classic that again hits all the right notes, and that's why for me, this will always be number 1. But there you have it, guys. That is my ranking so far of the Jurassic Park / World film series. Again, once Jurassic World Rebirth is out and I get a chance to see it and review it, I'll post another ranking video later and I'll update the list to include Jurassic World Rebirth. But guys, again, thanks so much for checking this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, be sure to hit that like button. And again, guys, I'd like to hear how you would rank these films. So post your rankings down in the comments below. And always remember, life finds a way.